Hey, Dave.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Oh, sorry, wrong Dave. Hang on just a sec. I'm on a call, Dave. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now, Dave Wilson? Can you hear me?
Yeah, as soon as I turn the audio on.
Test. That's working. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
Okay, I can't hear you, so let me figure out what's going on. Okay, try saying something now. Nope.
I can hear you good.
Let's see. That's weird. I don't know why it's. Testing. Testing. Can you hear me now? I can't hear you. So can you double check yours?
I'm unmuted. Well, let me turn the volume up, see if that volume's higher.
Nope. Can you hear me now? Oh, that one's not working. I'm going to get out and come back in just to be safe. I'll try that. If I can figure out. Hang on.
Okay, I can still hear you.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Okay.
Oh, this.
Good morning.
Morning, everybody.
Morning.
Hi.
Good morning. Oh, I didn't make my bed.
I
I will take care of that.
You can just say it's a fake background.
Sure.
No judgment here.
Absolutely not. There's a reason I have a picture as my background. I don't actually live out in a field with my little dog on the tree.
But my cat will want to come in, so I don't want her on my sheets. So
Morning, Donna. Thank you for doing this for us.
Let's see. Can you all hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I'm having problems because I can't hear anybody.
Uh-oh.
Hang on just a sec. This is so frustrating. Let's see. Okay, can someone talk now?
Okay, we can
Good
talk.
morning.
Let's try this one.
Is that working now?
Yes. Yay.
Yay. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now.
I'm running for
Yay.
coffee. I'll be right back, but I can hear
Okay.
you. I can hear everything, so.
Oh, awesome. Okay. Let me get my I'm working in the office today, so I have like 3 screens and it's like a circus trying to figure out what's what. So hang on here, give me a sec. Let's see. Up. Come on. Open. Okay. All right, I think we're gonna go ahead and get started. I'm not sure who all's on because I didn't see the invite list as far as the meeting notice, so we'll go ahead and get started. Thank you all for joining us today. What we're doing is Sheba has, as you all know, an online calendar on our website, and we use a service called Trumba.com. It's a website. We buy a service through them to host the calendar on our website. And in the past, it's been me entering all the data in for all of you. And so I know we've had several sponsors who've been interested in doing their own. And so we finally got the funds to make that happen. So today I'm going to walk you through how to enter your own events on the calendar that will appear on our website. So when people call in or look on the web, they can see what's going on in your areas. Let me see here. I'm going to share my screen here. Let's see. So what you're seeing here, can you all see my screen with a pretty sunset and Space Needle? Okay,
Yes.
great.
Mhm.
Okay, this is weird. So I'm gonna have to move my, I like working off one screen, so it makes it a little funky. I gotta get my mouse back. Okay, where'd you go? Oh, I hate this. Okay. Alrighty, so this is the Trumba site, and it's Trumba, just if you type in trumba.com. And I found out yesterday after doing our first kind of maiden voyage training on Trumba that people were not able to get in, even though I have you assigned in the roles as far as an editor. And so what I did is I contacted our Trumba folks, and they neglected to let me know that they have like a set password, but they forgot to share that with me. So I'm hoping to
Nice.
get that this morning so that I can share it all with you. Once you get that, you can go in, and then you'll need to, you can rename the password, whatever you want. So that'll be good. But once you do sign in, there's a nice feature when you go in. It's you can click the box that says "Remember Me," and then you don't have to fill out your password every time. But I highly recommend you write your password down somewhere safe so that you can go back to it later. Because if you clean out your cache, it's going to go away. So I'm going to go ahead and enter, sign in. And it kind of chugs up, and then this is the screen you will get. You could pick the calendars over here. I mean, it goes to infinity, so I don't recommend booking everything way out, but at least a year in advance is good. But I think what I'll do is I'll just walk you through how you enter something. So let's say you're going to do counseling or presentation on October 15th. So you're going to click on the calendar, you click on the date first, and it pulls it up over here. And then you're going to click up here and just next to the calendar to the right of it, add event. And this pulls up, let me pull this over because something is in the way. There we go. So here's where you're going to click in your title, type it in. And at the end, I'm going to show you, I have some template titles. I have some template language that I hopefully will make it a lot easier for you. Tim is wanting us to be consistent in our titles so that when people come to look, it's easy to figure out what's where, and they're not like a welcome to Medicare isn't named getting started or something different. It's all very consistent and cohesive. So here you type in, because I've been typing in forever, all this stuff, it kind of like autofills for you. So hopefully that'll make it easier in the long run. But for now, I'm just going to type in Medicare open enrollment presentation. And here, I think some of them are in person, and I know some of them are online. So if it's in person, you might want to put it there so folks know. And then you always put the city or the county that it's occurring in. We've discovered over the years that we've been using this that a lot of the sponsors found that people would get confused about where it was at, even though we do say that, like by the county down below, there's a field for county, but we recommend you just put the city. So for now, I'm just going to put Olympia. And like for South Sound Senior Services, because they do Mason and Thurston counties, a lot of their stuff, because the counties are so close, they might do both. So they might say Mason and Thurston counties. And then you're going to put your location for any in-person, always put your location, and you want to put the name of the facility. So if it's like, you know, Olympia Senior Center, you'd want to put that. And then you would put your address. So I'll put name of facility here, which obviously no, there's not one. I'm just going to put in my home address because I don't remember any of the other addresses.
For my Army OPSEC is jumping in and saying, don't put your home address, Donna. We don't know.
Oh, it's so, all right. I'll do the 5,000. How about I do the 5,000
There
building?
you go. There you go. Sorry.
Let's see, 5,000 Capitol Way. Nope. Boulevard. No. And then we've got Tumwater. Oop. Tumwater. Bell. 98501. And I'll put Office of Insurance Commissioner. So once you type in your address, you're going to hit over here to the right is a map link. You want to click on that, and I'll show you that in a little bit. And then here, you obviously the day we've decided is going to be the 15th. It's just a 1-dayer, and it's going to occur, say, from 3 to 5:30. So 5 and 30. And then we don't need to do, it's not a repeat. Don't need to worry about this. Type of event, it is a Medicare open enrollment presentation. But you know what? I'm looking here. Medicare open enrollment event in person. Product presentation. Yep, I think we do it here in person. Okay. And then county is, we'll say Thurston. And it's already there. Click it on. And you can click more than one county if you need to. So that's good. Register. So here people want to, you need people to register. Most in-person ones don't, but sometimes they do. But for purposes of helping you out and figuring this out, you could say to reserve your spot, call 36075. I'll give you my phone number, 38. And sometimes you can, sometimes I know you have an email. So, or email. And then for the email, what you want to do is you want to highlight the email, because this is going to give folks a direct link. And then you're going to highlight it, and right up here, I don't know if you can see, there's like a little, like a chain link. You want to click on this little chain link right here. And up comes this, and you have a link type. And this is not a URL, it's an email. So you want to click on email. And then you get a little bit different screen. So here you type in your address again. Eventually, if you do this enough, it should autofill for certain email addresses. And then here you're going to type in Medicare open enrollment in person, whatever the name of it, whatever the title is of your thing. Presentation, and you might even want to put the date. So I mean, you want to put, because you might be having more of them, like 10, 15, 20, 24. So that way, when the email comes in, you know automatically what it's for, because this will autofill when they open up an email. I'll show you that in a little bit. So that's done. And then here is the local sponsor. I'm going to put senior services. A description. This is where you can kind of tailor what you want as far as a description. So like Medicare open enrollment, you might want to say, you know, we're going to cover all the things you need to know about Medicare open enrollment for 2025. Be sure to bring your, you know, your list of prescriptions with you and your Medicare card, and learn more about, you know, the things you need to know for open enrollment. And you could type that all in there. And there's also a place for a link if you want to link somewhere, if you need to. So that, and then the web link, we always try and put the insurance.wa.gov/Medicare here. And you'll see that I've got a guide that I'll share with you in a little bit that has all this information, so you don't have to worry about that. And then before you hit OK down here in the lower left, you're going to want to hit preview. So if you hit preview, up pops this little screen, and you can look to see how it all lays out, and also to make sure you still have your map. Sometimes I forget to hit the map link, and then I have to go back and click it on. But this is like the location. I'll share this with you. So if they click this on, they're going to get a Google map, and they can see where you are and how to get directions, all that fun stuff. And then this is the link. Oh, here for email, you click on, if there's an email in your address, or as far as registering, click that on and you'll see the email, who it goes to, and then there's the title. So whoever is receiving this will know automatically what event this is for. And the person can fill out, say, hey, I'd like to register for blah, blah, blah event. You could even autofill that out part if you wanted to, and then ask them for their name, email address, phone number, whatever it is you need to get them registered. Let's see here. Let me click out of this. And then here is the link to the OIC Medicare section. So that part's pretty easy. And then once you're done, you would say, okay, I'm not going to click okay because I don't want this on the calendar. I'm going to click out because I know some of you have repeat events, and I want to go over that with you because it's a little bit more complicated. But let me get out of this, find my mouse cursor back again. Here it is. Okay. And then you just go back to add event, and you would fill all this information out again. I'm not going to mess with it right now. Just so you know, for location, if you have an online event, you don't need to put a location because that will just confuse people. So I would just leave the location out. But here in the title, like I will type this in for right now, Medicare open enrollment, present online, you would want to put online, I'll help if I can spell, online presentation. And then I would still put the county just so people don't get confused. So and then you wouldn't worry about filling that in here because all your registration information you would include down here. But let's say this, so this is on the 15th. So say this is the third Tuesday of every month, and it's going to start at, let's say 3 o'clock, and it's going to go till 4:30. And I'm going to ignore this for right now and go here, specify duration. And then you're going to go to repeat. And I would click on monthly because it's the, hang on here, it's every month. And see, you can click on, this is all can change. This can change if you want to do it every other month. But for this purposes of this test, we're going to do monthly. And here it's the third Tuesday. So you click on the third Tuesday. And then here you would put the date through it. It's going to continue. Now, when you do this, be careful because I notice it always advances a whole year because I guess the system is thinking you're going to do it for a whole year, and that may not be the case. So you're going to have to scroll back to wherever it is you want it to go. So like for purposes of this, we're going to do, let's just say December 17th. And then you've got your reoccurring. So what it'll show on the calendar, whatever you enter in here is going to show on the calendar every third Tuesday, October 15th through December 17th of this year. And then again, you type in the type of event, blah, blah, blah. And I'm going to hit preview. Oh, it's not going to let me because that's the other thing. If you try and hit preview too soon, you have to do, there's certain fields that have to be filled out. So let me come in here. Thurston, sponsor. Let's see, I guess that's it. So here you'll see, but if we go to the I can't, if I click OK, it's going to mess me up, but you'll be able to see it. If you go every third Tuesday, those 3 months, you'll be able to see it on the calendar. So that's a quick showdown, but let me pull up. I think I have to stop sharing and come back and get my mouse cursor back. Here it is. Share. Let me find. Hang on. Let's see. I'm going to stop sharing. Nope, out. Let me go back. Oh, for heaven's sakes. This mouse thing is crazy. There we are. Okay. Come back to share. I'm going to open up the guide for you. If I can get my cursor back. There we are. Okay. Okay. Can y'all see this now? My little guide here. Okay. Let me get my cursor back. So these are directions for everything I just showed you. So here's where you sign in, and once I get the proper like password that you guys will all get, you'll need to reset that. So don't forget, you'll need to reset it. And it should take you directly to the Medicare counseling and events. Here you'll see the calendar where you need to click on add your event here. Title and location, spell that out here, where you write that in, and then the map link, you want to click that on after you enter your location destination. And then again, here's the event dates. Again, I show you here like how to just do one versus a bunch. And then here's one that's monthly. And one thing to note, if you have an event that's going to be like maybe the first Tuesday and the third Tuesday, you're going to have to enter all the first as a repeat, and then you're going to have to go back in and do the third week as a separate repeat event. You can't, it doesn't give you the option to like do those all at once. But the cool thing is with Trumba, you could open up more than one screen. So for things that, like if you have repeat events and you've got something like that where you've got one on the first Tuesday and the third Tuesday, you can open up Trumba and that can help you like do some cutting and pasting a little bit for some of the information that you have, so you don't have to reinvent the wheel all over again or try and remember what you put in the first one. So this is again reminding you how to do the repeat event and then the type of event. And if you guys are going through here and you're finding something's not working for you with a type of event, just let me know because I can add whatever we need to. So if you find something is like you're missing something, just let me know and I can add that. Because I'm looking here and I see Medicare open enrollment event. There's a counseling session, those kinds of things. So if, like I said, if something's just not working for you, let me know. I can change that or add something. Actually, adding something is rather changing something is probably better because if we change something, it might mess other people's events up. So we can add stuff though. County, again, you can choose more than one county. Registration, this is where you're going to type in all your information for how people who are coming to your event, if you need to get information from them, pre-register. You put that there. Let's see. I've put some examples here so you can see what we do, and I put the little chain links so you can remember how to do that, as well as the email address and how to do that. Again, the local sponsor dropdown, you want to make sure you include your sponsor information. and event description. And then again, the Medicare, the web link at the very bottom. And then here's where you can hit preview to look at what you've entered, make sure it's all okay. And then when you're all done, you click OK and it magically appears on the calendar. So here's the information that I told you a little bit about at the beginning, where Tim wanted us to really have more consistent titles and information. So what I've done here is for counseling sessions, I've put information here about how you can title it OEP presentations, get help, or welcome to Medicare or getting started presentations, how we should label those, Medicare class. In the Medicare classes, I'd like for folks to also include the name of the college. I think that's helpful for people. And then the register field, here's some information that you can help you if you've got, sometimes you don't have an email and that's fine. You don't feel like you have to have an email, but if you do, there's information here. And then online presentations, how to register. Because I know some people have, like they might send somebody to a library, and if they're doing a library, it's obviously not an email, it's a web address where they go to. So that's pretty much it in a nutshell. And I see Noreen has her hand raised. Sorry, Noreen, trying to monitor all this at the same time. Go ahead.
Yeah, no problem. So we have the preset titles. Are the preset titles like gonna be choices drop down when we get into that, or are we gonna have to type them in ourselves?
You have to type them in yourselves. But the cool thing is once you start doing them, if you're continually doing them, like I have, they automatically will pop up for you.
Okay,
So
like what
after
we've
you've done,
entered before will be there.
yeah.
Okay, good,
Yeah. Because
good.
the hard thing is I know with the titles, because we have a little bit of trying to make them more personalized by the city name or the county name. So it's kind of hard to like not put that in there without making it cumbersome for everybody. So,
Right.
but yeah, but once you do start entering them in, they do auto populate or show up in a kind of a drop down. You'll see, like, I'm going to go back to, I can show you how that works. Of course, I have to stop share again. Hang on here.
Yeah, it was like, because I was just thinking it was more about customization, right?
Yeah, we want to customize. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, great.
So, do you guys have any other questions? Does it seem pretty straightforward to you? It's not really that hard. It's just once you get in there and start playing around with it, it's not hard. And if you guys have questions, you can let me know. I'm happy to help out or do whatever. Just so you know, I am going to be on vacation next week through the 16th, but I'll be back and willing to help. So, but it shouldn't be hard.
Raise hand. I'm trying to find the raise hand button. There.
Oh, there you go.
I couldn't make it raise. Hi.
Hi.
Donna, everybody. The question I had, so we're making new calendar event entries.
Correct.
We will also see on there for old calendar event entries.
You will.
And for some of them will be for our organization. And I haven't had time to do anything about this, but I've seen some that I wanted to edit. Is that possible?
You can edit your own. Do not edit somebody else's.
Right. But how it
For your
defines,
organization.
right.
Yeah.
Because I got myself and two other volunteers, since we don't have the manager, the VC position is not filled for senior services.
Right.
That's why I'm here. And so it's three of us. And so
Right.
the three of us, but in other words, I mean, there's nothing blocking us from messing with other people's calendar entries. You're just saying, be a good person and don't mess with other people's calendar entries. Is that accurate?
Exactly. Be a good steward. Just
Kind of
stick with
honors-
your own sponsor.
Right. Not that we would, but it's interesting
Yeah.
that we don't have there's not like a keyed in login.
Yeah. And
Entries.
this is the first time we've done this. So I will double check with Trumba that maybe I don't think, my understanding is you can see everything, not just your own stuff. So we hope that people will just like stick to their own stuff. Hopefully somebody doesn't like get confused and accidentally open up somebody else's, but I don't think,
Very likely. If anything happened, it would be on accident.
right. Yeah, it would be. Yeah.
Okay.
And Maureen and Bill were on yesterday, so kind of went through this with them yesterday as well. So
Very good. Very good.
yeah. So you can edit your own your own stuff. You know, if you go in and you're like, oh, that's the other thing. Let me go back because if you decide like an event is not, I probably should put that in the guide. I didn't even think about that. If you decide to cancel an event, because you decide, oh, we don't have enough people for that, or we don't have somebody to give that presentation. Let me show you. Oh, phooey, I did it again. Hang on. I forgot to take this down. There's got to be an easier way to make your cursor not go squirrely on you with 3 screens. Hang on here. Let's see. Let me take that down, and this is up. And get back. Okay, share. And here we are. Okay, you see my screen okay now? Do I see everything? Okay. So here, so I'm gonna open up Dave's. Don't worry, Dave, I'm not gonna delete it. But you click on, so to edit, you want to click on the title. And so it'll pop up and you'll see all Dave's information here. So say this is a series. So if you wanted to delete just the event, you would click delete event. So if it's the 15th, you don't want it, you would just click, we decided we changed our mind, we're not going to have a counseling event. Our staff are calling in sick, so we're going to delete this event. So you would click the event only, not the series, because if you delete the series, you will wipe everything out. So you want to delete just the event. And then let me go back because we should have some that hopefully are just like one. Let me see this one. Oh, that's a series. Trying to see. Here, welcome to Medicare. Oh, that's a series too. Okay, let me pick a different day. A lot of these are series, so it's kind of hard. Let's see. Oh, here's one that's just an event. It's just one day, one thing. So you would just click delete event, and then it would take it off the calendar. But if you wanted to change like the time or something, you could go in and change the time. So it's pretty straightforward. It's kind of like what they call a WYSIWYG. What you see is what you get. So, but I said, you know, if you have troubles, I'm here and I can help you, walk you through it. We could do a quick Zoom, or you can show me your screen and show me what you're doing, and we could go that route. So, Sarah, go ahead.
Hi, do you mind sharing your screen again? I had a quick question about the deleting event. So
Oh, sure.
from what you described, it sounds like if you delete the event, then it's just gone from the calendar.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw on the screen about halfway up, there was a choice that says canceled. If you were to click that instead, would it show it on the calendar, but stricken through?
You know, I've never used that feature before because we just didn't want to confuse people, so we just took it off. But the canceled, I can ask about that.
Because that might be helpful
Well,
if
if
it's a
somebody that's just disappeared versus somebody,
right. Because if somebody was
yeah.
planning to attend and then they go back.
You know what? We could do a test right now and see.
Yeah.
Let me get and then I could just take it down. Let me get my cursor back. Okay. All right. Get out of this one. Cursor, come back. Okay. So we'll add an event, and I'm going to put test Medicare OEP. I'm just going to put blah, 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 blah. Say 10 to 11:30. Okay. Let's see. We're not going to specify duration because we're going to say this is just a 1-day thing. Medicare class, county, to Thurston, register, test, sponsor, Bathsheba, test, and web link, Click preview. Let's just get in the habit of clicking preview. Okay, so this is the 17th at 10, so I remember. Okay, and then there it is. Open it up. I'm going to say canceled. And I'm going to say okay. And it says canceled right there. So we could do that. If you wanted to do that, we could do that. I'm going to delete the event right now.
Donna?
Yes.
So the events that are Zooms more so have people registering for them. If you
Right.
cancel an event that has people registered for it, do they get a message that it's been canceled?
Well, the whole point I think of
Or
getting
deleted?
the registration is, I mean, you could put canceled on there, but I think that's why it's good if you have a Zoom. Obviously, you're going to have to register people because you'll have to send them a link.
Yeah.
So that way you can email them directly that it's been canceled, but you could also put on here canceled as well in case somebody else hadn't quite registered yet or was thinking about it. You could do that.
Right, but it wouldn't happen automatically. You'd have to look
You,
at.
yeah, you would have to go in and click that little button that said canceled, click it, and
Mm.
then hit OK. And then you'd have to probably, it would be good to email those people to let them know, because you've already sent them all the information on how to get in to the Zoom meeting. So if they
Right.
go and you don't email them, then they're not going to know, they're going to show up and go, what's going on? It's not here.
Right.
So
Because the
yeah.
Zoom is, and I have trouble parsing this out because I haven't been doing this myself.
Yeah.
But the entry here in the calendar is linking to a Zoom. But the Zoom is something you've set up with your Zoom account, and it's just referring to a Zoom thing. So there's the Zoom of it all, and then there's the Trumba of it all.
Yeah. So in Trumba, they don't put the Zoom link in there. What they do is they ask people to register. So that way they can get people's information. And
Right.
then send them the information on how to enter the Zoom meeting via email.
Right, but
So
doing this process here, does
yeah,
that create the Zoom link? Is it connected to my Zoom account and creates?
no,
Okay.
no, it's not. You're only asking them to like register with you. So you'll have an email and they'll email you and say, I want to sign up for this Zoom. Here's all my information. Whoever takes that information, puts it down, sends the registration to the Zoom link to that person.
But
So I would not put it on here because otherwise you can't control who's coming in.
Right, because what I've been doing is you can create the registration link in the Zoom. You could actually put the registration link here.
Yeah, you could.
Automatic.
I would try it because we've had some issues. I know Noreen and I've had some issues on Nextdoor doing that. So just be careful and test it before you do it to make sure it works.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think that's why a lot of people like to have them pre-register so they know how many people are going to be coming to the event.
Right. That's what I mean.
Yeah. Yeah.
Place pre-registration link. And
Yeah. You could do that. You could put a pre-registration link there. But like I said, just double check to make sure it works.
Okay.
You can also see on Zoom the people who have registered and communicate with them if you need to. So
okay, that's good to know.
We're living and learning here.
Yes.
Actually,
I will
how to do that.
just for reference, Brian, I do online workshops quarterly. That's what Donna is talking about. And I'm going to share the link right in the calendar so people can register themselves so I don't have to get all those emails. That way I'm only getting emails off of flyers that people physically see.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And they don't do the QR if they don't do the QR code.
Right. And we've been doing the QR code where that's something we haven't done yet. We're doing it for another program. The other thing I've done is put registration links on our for the recurring events on our page, our organization's webpage for our Sheba program. So they go there rather than, oh, here's a phone number, I'll call it, here's this. It's just the link and they're literally straight to the thing to register for whichever month it is. It's got the drop down of you want the September 2nd Wednesday or the October 2nd Wednesday or the November, whichever. So that helped out some too. But yeah, how that works with this is the one thing I wasn't tracking.
Right. Cool. So you guys have any other questions? Do you think I'm going to update the guide a little bit with the canceled information along with the delete an event because I forgot to add that in the guide. So if you guys have questions about that, then I'll be a good tickler to remind you.
Donna, will staff be getting the passwords and things so that we can help people if they have questions from our sponsors?
That's interesting because Tim only bought licenses for the sponsors, and then there's of course myself and then Eve. So
Okay,
we'll have to figure that out. So worst case, they can contact me. I mean, I'm always here, except for when I go on vacation. So yeah, so shouldn't be hard though. I think it's pretty easy.
mhm.
Yeah, it's just
Donna,
getting comfortable with and entering a few. I haven't noticed any coming in lately, so I've had a few come in, but I haven't had any in about a week, which is unusual. So I'm hoping everybody's waiting to enter their own OAPs, calendar events. So yes, Dave.
When will this guide be available and where?
Well, I have it, and I'm gonna just add in the canceled information and the deleted information, and I'm gonna send it out to you today.
So we'll get our own personal copies.
Yes,
Great.
you'll have your own. And I'm going to take down all your names so I remember to email it to all of you. Anne, you have your hand raised.
yeah, just a quick question in regards to, so for consistency, if we are, like an event is being canceled, we should just use the cancel. So we're all doing the same thing.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I think that would be good. And that way, if somebody has it on their calendar already, and then, they go back to this calendar and they see, well, I don't see it there anymore, that way, they'll see that it's been canceled.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Anything else from anybody else? There was somebody else on here. Was it Catherine
I think
Right.
so.
from PCH or PCHS? Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Catherine was on for a few minutes.
Okay. I'll
yeah, she
send her
posted in
that.
the chat. She had to leave.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
One question I had for those things like Zooms that we say we cancel the Zoom, and I noticed that when we did that, all it said was cancel and the event.
Yeah.
So if you clicked on it though,
You
potentially
would see the information. So if you had a
with the
Zoom
link
and
in
you
it.
put that Zoom link in there, you would probably want to remove it. The
Right.
link. Yeah.
Strip off any links in there so that even if they don't even notice it says cancel, they'll go in and say, maybe even put the word canceled inside as well or something.
Exactly. Yeah.
So the more times we see thing on a web page,
Exactly. The better.
here we'll say, oh, okay, that's what we're supposed to do.
Yep.
Yeah.
I find that yeah, well, you're exactly right. The more you can say stuff over and over again, people will see it because they miss a lot of stuff. So
Repetition.
yep. Guys have any other questions? No? Okay. We'll give you the gift back of time, and I'll be sending that here to you shortly. And if you have any questions, just yell at me. And as soon as I hear back from Trumba folks, I will let you know about the password thing, and then you can go in and get yourself sorted and make sure it's all working.
Thank you,
When
Donna.
do we get our
Thank you, Donna.
password?
Oh,
Oh, I was just saying that, Dave. I'm waiting for Trumba to call me back because they needed to reset everything and then tell me what the assigned password is, and then I'll share that with you all. And then you need to go in and change it to your own personal password. Okay?
Awesome. Thank you, Donna, so
Right.
much.
I appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you all.
Thank you all. Bye.
Thanks,
Bye-bye.
Donna.
Bye.